Talking about Cardona there, went out of bounds at first, you're a little, suspicious there because you usually think that's going in right away. And of course, it gets the point for Evansville.
And feeding the outside, attacking hard. That's Gonzalez for the Purple Aces.
Yeah, right here, Kelsey, you're going to see Gonzalez, show all the power and just go right in front of the Indiana State defender right there.
Back to serve, Blakely Freeman. On the slide is Ella Scott. Freeman there for the dig. Scott with the tip, but read well by Cruz. Cardona roll shot. Pushing it out to Holland off the block tip. Big rip from Cardona. The overpass. Long rally here. Cardona just gonna set it over, but Weber shoots it to the corner. Smart play from the senior setter.
This whole homestand, Emily Weber has been doing that, trying to find the corners especially. And right here you see Cardona tries to get Indiana State lacking, but Emily Weber just does the exact same thing, puts it deep in the corner, gets a point for the Sycamores.
That's the 65th kill for the setter, Emily Weber, this year. A transfer from Illinois State. Already racked up 1,500 career assists.
A huge addition for the Sycamores this year. Definitely, last year some inconsistent setter play, and she's really came in and helped the Sycamores, a lot so far in this attacking.
Holland blocked at the net.
Kira Holland so far this homestand, coming back from injury, she's only a couple games back so far this season. She's been a little quiet so far, trying to find her footing for sure, definitely trying to knock the rust off. Hopefully for the Sycamores she can come back, just like playing as she was last year.
We mentioned she broke her wrist during an exhibition week. She was out for 6 weeks. This is just her 5th match of the season. As that point will go to the Sycamores. Either a net violation, possibly double contact. So Weber will step behind the service line, all tied up at 3 apiece. Indiana State still looking for their first conference win of the season as this one sails long. Each team racking up a service error early in this match. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at our keys to the match in this one, Evan.
Yeah, for Evansville, got to keep feeding Cardona. She's one of the best players in the country for sure, and she's going to be the key success of this offense. And also, they got to side out early. Sycamore, they get some runs, and, they haven't been horrible this year. They kept in some matches, those runs. You got to stop those early. And for Indiana State, they got to win the serving battle. They're in top of the conference a lot in aces per set, so they got to keep doing that and spreading the ball, especially you get an arm like Kira Holland back. Emily Weber has so many options. They can catch the Purple Aces, off guard a couple times.
Well, one of the options we just saw was Curry Kendall. Kaylin tipped it over. Curry Kendall, a freshman who's really attacked here in conference play. And she gets another kill here. Back-to-back kills for Curry Kendall. She's coming off a 14-kill performance on Saturday night.
She's been on fire all weekend here at home for the Sycamores. And right here, she's going to just show why she's playing so consistent. And she's really been a big help for the Sycamores during this homestand. Hopefully they get a win with her today.
Tough set. Euler pokes it over. Cardona from the back row, but Holland with the nice up. And Holland off the hands, gets that one to fall.
Sycamores look really good there on defense. If they can receive that Cardona kill every single time, obviously it's probably not going to happen every single time, but if they can get it consistently, they can get a lot of points here, and surprise this Evansville team as Indiana State, winless in conference so far, but Evansville has, the no away wins so far, but Indiana State also no wins at home.
Sycamore starting to heat up. Lily Mueller with the kill. They take a 7-4 early lead. We've seen a couple good digs from this Indiana State defense so far. Julia Cardona only with 1 kill on 5 swings to start the match. Net violation. Points going to be awarded to Evansville.
Let's see here. Let's see what we got. Looks like Emma Kalin, just touches the net a little bit, shakes it up on that block attempt. Point for Evansville.
Maddie Hawkins, one of the many Indiana natives on the court today, comes in and delivers the ace.
My keys to the game, I said Indiana State has to win the serving battle. Evansville, proven right now, already an early ace right now, and they can keep this thing rolling and get back in this game a little bit. Only down by 1 now.
That was her 23rd ace of the season as Holland takes a swing from the back row and sends it long. Evansville right back into this. Hawkins still behind the service line. But Kendall able to terminate. Couple big swings from the freshman so far.
Yeah, I think the Sycamores are really happy with her play so far. You see right here, it gets the back set from Weber right there and just sends it down the line. Sends it right next to the libero there for Evansville.
Off the hands, but it's going to land on the Sycamore side. Chloe Klein coming in with the kill for Evansville.
Sometimes when you get a block like this for Indiana State, that's a hard contact to kind of read and misjudge. You see the ball spinning a ton there. Evansville just really happy that ball just, dropped right away, and Indiana State had some miscommunication.
Tough up. It's going to be a free ball sent over to Evansville. Taking his swing on 2 is Kendall. Cardona's attack dug by Weber. Kalin right through the Evansville block for the kill.
And McKaylin, after, probably not her best performance on offense on Saturday night, she really come back and hopefully she can find her groove again today.
Yeah, Emma Kalin has switched to outside hitter after spending the last 3 seasons as a DS. A bit of a unique serve. In the middle is Scott. Cardona with a nice dig. And a big swing off the hands of Gonzalez.
Gonzalez comes from a volleyball family. Both her parents played in Puerto Rico, and she's proven maybe that experience helps a lot. Maybe she takes some information from her parents, and she used it right there for sure. A powerful swing.
Sophomore hitting 112 on the season. Racked up a season high 14 kills against Valpo earlier. That one finding some open space. Kendall from the back row.
You just saw Curry Kendall had that unique kind of serve. Usually she's a top server. She kind of just pushed that one over, and this time just shows the power. Keep it going. She's doing so well with this homestand for the Sycamores.
She's leading this offense with 4 kills. Holland was there to poke it over, but what a save by Cruz. And Evansville's going to walk away with the point after a net violation from Indiana State.
Indiana State, this, homestand, of course they're at home. They're a little more comfortable here, but only a few games in the ISU Arena. They had some at the Holman Center too, and, they had a lot of errors this past weekend, trying to minimize that today and, just, get away and play a little smarter.
And certainly probably some extra fans in the stands, being only 2 hours away from Evansville. Cardona down the line, and it's just wide, point Indiana State.
Great reroute, the libero for Indiana State, Mason Loniger there. When you have such a powerful hitter like Julia Cardona, it's hard to read that right away. You might want to go for it, but she was playing that line so closely, she knew, hey, it goes outside of her, that's going to be out of bounds.
Cadence Gilly into serve for the Sycamores. Bump set to Cardona. And again, her shot is wide. Back-to-back errors from Julia Cardona.
Cardona early, hasn't had, any kills so far. We're going to see here that, maybe she's, maybe the Sycamore crowd is, getting into it a little bit too much, trying to get in her head. But I'm sure she'll come back, and, she's been great all year, top of the NCAA in so many categories.
This time she goes off the block. Caitlin denied, but another shot all the way to the back corner. And Holland's there at the net to slam it down. Sycamore is on a nice little run.
Sycamore's bringing the energy right here. They got to keep it going. Got to get these runs, Evansville wants to stop those runs, but Indiana State's going to take them if they give them to them.
Caden Skidley goes long. Second service error for the Sycamores in this match.
Saw a lot of those, on Saturday night, and that's kind of what the difference maker was, between SIU and Indiana State on Saturday. But, look today, minimize those, like I said before, and try to, get away from that. And I hope Pritchard, talked to them over the weekend and said, hey, service errors, that's been our main thing. Let's keep it going. Let's get back to what we're used to.
Goes set middle. Mueller with the kill.
You see a quick set right here. Mueller ran that perfectly. Surprised the Evansville defense right there. A little change of pace for the Sycamores. Gets the point.
Off the Evansville block. This is the Purple Aces team that ranks last in the conference in blocks, only averaging about 1.5 per set. Kendall. Pappas was there for the dig. And right into the Sycamore block. Caraballo denied as Indiana State, the first to hit 15 in set number 1. They have the 4-point lead over Evansville. Indiana State with the early lead over in-state rival Evansville here in set number 1. For Evansville, though, their star ace, Julia Cardona, leading the country in kills, but Evan right now, she's 1 of 9. She's hitting -111 so far in this match.
Indiana State's been playing her perfectly. They're kind of, sending 2 or sending 1 blockers every time, trying to switch it up, make her, think a little more about where she's going to put it. But it's the Indiana State backer that's playing the perfect positioning right now, and they're able to get up and get a dig right away and set the Sycamore offense up too.
12 digs for Indiana State here early in set 1. You see Kaylin ready for the Cardona dig, and Holland goes down the line.
Just like I said, perfect positioning for Emma Kaylin right there. Sets up the Indiana State offense, gets a big up there. Emily Weber gets a set, and Kira Holland goes right down the line. Hard for the Evansville defense to get that one up.
Tough back set. Cardona tips it over. And Holland denied right at the net. She didn't touch it, so it's going to be point Evansville.
To the Cardona, hopefully, maybe that block, she sent that straight back at Kira Holland. You're going to see right here, goes up. It's just a small tip down, but maybe that can, give her some momentum, give her some energy to get back in this game.
Cardona also with a really tough serve. Loniger's there for it. Quick set to Mueller. And she goes for the overpass, but sails it. Point Evansville.
You see Indiana State do that a lot. A ball that comes over, a little overpass, they like to send it straight back. I guess see them sometimes, maybe get the 3 touches in and, surprise the Evansville defense a little bit.
That serve goes long. Point Indiana State.
A top serve like that from Cardona, it's going to be hard for Indiana State to, keep up with the pace on it. But also with Cardona, that's a hard top serve right there. You're going to lose some accuracy for sure instead of a float serve.
So certainly a sigh of relief for the Sycamores to get her off the service line. Poked back by Kaylin. Cardona winds up from the back row and sends it long. You can see she's a little frustrated early.
Frustration for sure. See teammates trying to calm her down, coaches trying to calm her down. That's hard. I think they're still trying to feed her every single time because, she's one of the best players in the country, best hitters. We keep saying it over and over again. And you would try to keep getting her into this game as best you can as possible.
Holland with the up to save it. But Mueller can't get it over. Point Evansville.
That's a tough, tough play by Mueller there. She tries to go up, a little turn your body, almost backward kind of hit there. Doesn't get enough contact on it, misses it a little bit. Point Evansville, that's a Sycamore point that could be easily got, but Evansville, has a sigh of relief right there. They get the ball back at the service line.
Aces trying to stay in this set. The back set to Kendall, sent over. Here's a free ball for the Sycamores. Mueller again goes long. Couples attacking errors here for Indiana State despite a 3-point lead.
Exactly. You know, the score definitely does not, you know, read what this Indiana State's offense been doing. Obviously, they've had some, you know, good offense possessions, but definitely, you know, not the best, you know, attacks tonight.
Kalen with the tip over. Good save by Gonzalez. And Cardona finally finding it. Her second kill of the set.
I think Cardona, if she wants to try to get this group back into this game, you're going to see right here, she's going to eye Kira Holland on the Sycamore side. Sycamore, you know, Kira Holland, not one of the best Sycamore receivers for sure. And you'll see like last couple of games, you know, the servers are definitely trying to target her. And you can even target her on the attacks, definitely.
Tough one at the net, but Evansville's going to win it. Gonzalez gets the kill. A 4-0 run for Evansville, as it's just a 1-point lead for Indiana State. But again, they hand it right back, another service error.
Very clutch for the Sycamores right there. Their offense wasn't playing as well as it was in the first, you know, part of this set. Definitely a tale of two parts of the set for sure. Evansville had a couple runs, Indiana State had them early, and now it's kind of going back and forth.
And if you think of it from Indiana State's perspective, if you're going to limit one of the best attackers in the country to only 2 kills, you have to win that set.
Exactly. You know, Cardona is so powerful, so good. And Indiana State, if they could take her away as best as they can, even if she only gets, you know, 1 or 2 kills per set, that's a win for them for sure. And they got to close out that set every single time.
A little mistimed from the attack from Gonzalez, but right into the block. Gonzalez and Steele teaming up for Evansville. All tied up in 19.
Indiana State, you know, they're kind of all over the place on this block right here. No way. Evansville gets the key point, ties it up.
Little roll shot, but look at the angle from Kendall.
Just talk about how Sycamores, no one was in that back row. No one was on that side for Evansville, and Curry Kendall, she reads it right away. She took a quick look before she went up for her attack and just roll shot over.
Well, after getting the point back, Sycamores hand it right back, all tied up at 20 apiece. Back to serve for Evansville is Cora Ruff. Weber shoots it out to Kaylin, who goes off the block.
Emma Kaylin, a high energy type of player. You got to get her going if the Sycamores want any chance in this whole match.
And Kaylin, one of their best servers on this team. She has racked up 23 aces so far this year. She had 30 last season. And a big swing, but Scott with the denial. Gonzalez tries again. Loniger there for the dig, and Scott ends it.
Saw there the whole Evansville defense. They were reading for Kira Holland. They had 2 blockers on her side. You're going to see right there, they kind of move a little bit, and Ella Scott gets it right in between the defense and reads it perfectly.
Indiana State on a short run to take a 2-point lead.
That was Ella Scott's first kill of the night. So, you know, it's good for the Sycamores to see her going late here. Maybe she can carry some momentum into the next set, maybe get another kill here with only 3 to go if the Sycamores just close out here.
You see Coach Ashley Pritchard in the huddle for Indiana State, her 3rd season as head coach. She had a pretty successful career as the head coach at Marian University in Indianapolis. She even earned the honor of NAIA National Coach of the Year, trying to bring that experience and that success here to Terre Haute in just her 3rd season.
Exactly, trying to bring it to the Sycamores here, trying to create a program tradition and trying to get some culture in there. Obviously, so far this season in the first half, they're 0-8 in conference, but I think she, is optimistic for the Sycamore team. She knows she has a lot of talent, and she believes, the second half of the season, maybe they can make a run to the tournament.
And this Evansville team also struggling a bit this season, but they're finding their spark about midway through conference play. They came away with 2 wins. We mentioned it over Southern Illinois against Missouri State. 2 big home wins to boost them in the standings. They now sit at 3-5 in conference play.
And today would be a big win for Evansville overall because they're 0-6 on the road this year so far in conference play, or in all play. And this would be a big kind of momentum boost for them into the second half of the season.
Cardona off the block, falls right in the middle. Big side out for Evansville.
I think Cardona may have heard us, talking about her stats so far early in this set. She's kind of turned it up for the Evansville Purple Aces right now, and they're looking, only down by 1 right now, late in the first set.
Kendall, what a shot. Right on the line. The freshman coming out of the back row.
Kendall usually, in the front row, you're not looking for her attacking in the back row as much if you're a defender, but she comes up and makes a powerful kill and gets a point for the Sycamores. That's key. Only 2 to get the first set win.
And she was making something out of nothing there. That was a tough up and not the best set.
Sycamore's definitely a little out of system there, but they made it work somehow.
Cardona, though, trying to get her team back into this. She's up to 4 kills.
Took a little off that one, too. Indiana State's expecting a powerful kill. You're going to see right here, high set. She just comes back on it a little bit, just gets a little touch on it. Adds a little bit of speed, but not too much. Surprised the Sycamore defense for sure.
1 point set here. Mueller with the tip. The set goes over, and Weber takes a swing at it. The setter gets a big kill, and it's set point Indiana State.
Emily Weber, not your typical setter. She's definitely looking to attack at all times. She could set up everyone else, but she likes to set herself up too, and just gets the point for the Sycamores, especially when they need it late in the set.
And Weber heads right back to the service line. That was Klein into the block, but it lands on the Sycamore side. Evansville stays alive for another point.
Oh, Sycamore blockers there, hands weren't fully together, arms not, together as much as you want them to. Ball kind of just sneaks through and lands awkwardly.
24-23, the score here in set number 1. 1 set point for Indiana State. This will be set point number 2.
All Indiana State needs to do is side out right now, right? It's playing your defense, getting a good serve receive. You got to win this service battle, like I said before, and the keys to the game. You got to get a ball up, make it clean, play smart. You're not trying to do anything too fancy, and just get a key set 1 win at home.
In set 1, Indiana State hitting a whopping 273. They average only 163. They actually ranked last in the conference in hitting percentage. So coming out strong here at home to start against Evansville. The Purple Aces hitting 270, right behind them on the match. So we go ahead and take a look at some team stat comparisons. We had mentioned it. Indiana State, they were 12th in hitting percentage, nearly double that here in set number 1.
Yeah, exactly. And you see here, it's a pretty even matchup. Although Indiana State's, went last in the conference, Evansville a couple spots ahead of them. It's pretty even. It's just Sycamores haven't been able to close out a lot of these wins, a lot of these matches, and Evansville has. That's kind of the difference maker between these two teams.
Well, Cardona will be behind the service line.
I think it's exactly who Evansville wants right there. A powerful serve, maybe get some points here.
She goes right at Loniger. Out to Kendall, and she ends set number 1. The freshman leading the way for Indiana State, and they take a 1-set lead over Evansville. Good start for the home team in this match. 25-23, the score from set 1. Sycamores on top early. Taking that first set 25-23, and they were led by their freshman outside hitter, Curry Kendall, racking up 7 kills on 11 total attacks. She's hitting over 500 in the match. And Evan, as a team, Indiana State hitting over 260.
Yeah, Curry Kendall, key, spark for that Indiana State team when, they had a couple early runs, during the first set, and she came in and, got back into it and got the Sycamores to get that win and kind of fight and try to find a second gear, which they haven't done all season so far.
.261 hitting percentage is nearly double what they average as they rank last in the Missouri Valley Conference in hit percentage. And then for Evansville, it was a slow start from their star Julia Cardona, but she's still now up to 4 kills and in positive hit percentage so far. Might have just been a slow start, waiting to heat up a little for their senior star. Yeah, definitely. I think the Sycamores came out early, came out firing hard, and I don't think Evansville kind of expected that. Evansville fought back a little bit. The set never, the biggest lead was never over 5. So Evansville's got to take this one and, kind of put that one away, have a, quick mind change here, and try to get this second set so they don't fall behind 2-0. Evansville coming off of 2 wins over the weekend, both at home. They got a 5-set victory over Southern Illinois. And then on Saturday, a 3-1 win over Missouri State. And they'll start out with a point here. It's Gonzalez on the outside who gets the kill. Yeah, they're looking to build upon that win streak so far. Early on they had a 10-game losing streak in the season. And right now Gonzalez could be a key component for the Purple Aces and get this winning, maybe bring that win streak to 3. Weber again being so aggressive tonight. An attacking setter for sure, just dumps it right over, finds a sweet spot in Evansville defense. Right here, just a dump over. Didn't even look over, she kind of just knew. She expected where the hole was gonna be, and she puts the ball right there, gets the point for the Sycamores early. Back set to Cardona. Holland will take it on the run. The Kendall shot, roll shot. Cardona is wanting to talk to the ref after this one, though. Let's see here. Right there, Curry Kendall, little roll shot. Cardona definitely, didn't think that should have been Indiana State's point, but Curry Kendall, increased the lead 2-1. Kaylin back to serve and gets the ace. Squeezes it in the back line. Sycamores are dancing all over the court right now. Like I said, Emma Kaylin, a big high energy player for the Sycamores, and she gets it right there. The service ace, big time for the Sycamores right there. Trying to chase her ace total of 30 from last season. She's almost there. As Cardona pokes this over. Ellis Scott right in the middle. But Evansville can't do anything with it. Nice start for Indiana State here in set number 2. Comfortable spot Madison Steele was put in for the Purple Aces right there. Ball comes up quick. She tries to get the back set over, just couldn't get enough power on it. Denied right at the net. But Cardona, smart play there, pokes it over for the kill. Took things in her own hands right there and kind of just, got the point. You're down 4-1, didn't want to increase that lead to 5 for the Sycamores. Smart play, veteran move right there. Holland winds up. Klein's there with the tip. Chloe Klein leading this Evansville offense. She's up to 6 kills on 8 attacks. And you see, nice little donut point right here. Puts the ball right in between all the Sycamore players. Cuts it to 1 only. The sophomore Klein hitting 750 in this match so far. Tough one for Holland as she reaches back for it. It goes off the antenna. A softer kind of serve there. Loniger gets it up, couldn't get enough power on it. Emily Weber just pushes it a little too far. Her and Kiera Holland just, off pace a little bit, not on the same plan right there. Christelle Pappas, one of the 2 liberos for Evansville tonight, sends this one long. As you see, Cruz comes right back in and subs in for her. It's a new rule here in college volleyball this season. You can now utilize 2 liberos. 2 players can wear that libero jersey in a match. It's a 1-point lead for Indiana State as Gilly back to serve. And tipping it right off the block. Smart move by Carabola. Read that perfectly right there. She sees the Indiana State blockers
you know, kind of hugging that line a little bit. She finds a little bit of space and puts it up right out of bounds. Indiana State defenders, no one can get there.
On the slide, Mueller tooling the block. Her teammates are loving it.
You know, if Mueller can get going here for the Sycamores, it kind of leaves the Evansville defenders, you know, thinking who's going to get it next. Everyone's being, you know, Emily Weber spreading the ball to everyone right now, whether you're in the front row or the back row, and it's really surprising this Purple Aces team.
Klein on the slide. Nice up by Loniger to come in and get that. Holland was blocked. Indiana State sent it over. From the back row is Kaylin. Cardona, big swing and gets the kill.
Indiana State's got to get a blocker up on that. You know Cardona's just going to have a powerful kill. Even out of the back row here, you got to have someone at least put their hands up a little bit, you know, try to distract her, leave, you know, close one of the gaps in the defense. But right there, Cardona just shows why she's so good and just gets the point for the Purple Aces.
Even from behind the 10-foot line, anywhere on the court, she can be effective.
One of the most dangerous players in the country for sure.
Off the block, point Evansville.
Look to see here if Evansville, you know, kind of points out Kira Holland, targets her on the serve. That's what a lot of teams have been doing so far this season since she's been back.
Weber out to Kendall. She stays hot.
Right here, Curry Kendall, just so powerful, gets through the block and squeezes it past the Evansville defenders. Gets a point. That's key for the Sycamores right there. Couldn't fall behind, ties it right back up at 7.
She had 14 kills in their 5-set match against Southern Illinois on Saturday. She's already up to 8, and we're not even through, 9, and we're not even through 2. Make it 10. Kendall adding to her total.
Make it 10 for sure. And Emily Weber, I'm sure, is, you know, she's got a big smile on her face. She's so happy that she's got another hitter right there, another attacker, and it comes from the freshman Curry Kendall. I'm sure maybe at the start of the season, Curry Kendall, maybe she didn't think it would have a big impact for the Sycamore offense, but she sure has, especially of late.
Definitely through conference play, and she only has 1 error so far in this match, hitting .643. Cardona from the back row, can't save it. Point Aces.
So powerful. Kira Holland, you know, had no choice there but to send that ball close to the net because Cardona comes from the back row. Gets a high set for her too, and just, you know, goes right past the Sycamore defense. And Kira Holland just, you know, got choked up a little bit, you know, couldn't get the ball to Emily Weber, the setter.
Tough one for Cardona. She sends it over on a set. Kendall with the tip. Good up from Ruff. The one-hander from Loniger. And Mueller tries to just send it right back over, but goes wide, point Evansville.
Maybe a little too much adrenaline there from Mueller. You know, tries to get a nice swat over, tries to get it close within the first 10-foot line, but just sends it out of bounds. And Evansville goes up by 1 here. See if they get on a run.
And just when they were going to go on a run.
Exactly. I think, you know, Evansville right now is not liking me right now, and they're just, you know, playing with my emotions up here for sure. You know, Sycamores, you know, get the ball back at the service line, 9-9 right now.
Loniger on the serve. Goes out to Gonzalez, tight set, but able to make something out of it.
We'll talk about Cardona all night, right? She's one of the best hitters in the nation. But Evansville has a couple of hitters on their team that they can set up like that, and Gonzalez is one of them. You see the middle hitter goes up, and she fakes out the Sycamore defense, leaves it wide open for Gonzalez.
Gonzalez with the big swing, and it goes long. We're all tied up at 10 again.
I think Gonzalez definitely wants that one back. She looked like she jumped a little too early for the set, but, you know, quick, you know, have a quick mind change here and get the serve receive and get a point right back for you.
The Aces hitting .389 so far this set. Kaylin reading that one perfectly. Drops it in.
See here, Emma Kaylin. Long bump set by Emma Weber, but Emma Kaylin, she sends it right over. It's early.
Service error from Kendall. Freeman comes back into serve. Another Indiana native out of Bloomington, the 5'5" senior.
It's the 9th tie so far this set already. Pretty ridiculous, You saw in the first set it was a little back and forth at the end, but this whole set has been back and forth.
Off the block, and Scott racks up another kill.
Right here, Emily Weber gets the back set. Elle Scott reads this pretty good here, and then she sends it straight off the hands, uses the tool off the Evansville blocker.
Back and forth action. You mentioned the ties so far in this one. We're tied up again, this time at 12. Both teams siding out at just over 60% in this set.
Again and again, another tie. And right here, Evansville just sends it straight through the blockers of Indiana State. We saw the team stat comparison. Both these teams are so even in so many stats. And, this set has shown why. It's been going back and forth this whole time.
Scott with the tip. Oh, but what a dig by Pappas. And Weber again, going on 2.
Fortunate for Evansville, that's a couple good digs there. But Emily Weber just takes into her hands, sees that the defense was a little out of system. She sends it right in the middle of the court.
4 kills for the setter Weber.
You won't see that too often. 4 kills already right now, but she's an attacking setter for sure.
Just wide, point Indiana State. But yeah, for the Sycamores, Corinne Kendall leading the way for 10 kills. But guess what? Emily Weber's right behind her with 4. Second leading attacker for Indiana State so far.
Not an Evansville defender or a player in general. It makes me real nervous because that means she, can go over and send that ball on the second touch right away any single time.
Cardona stuffed by Mueller. Big time block for Indiana State as again they are the first to 15. A back and forth second set, but the Sycamores finding some separation.
Just sends it right back down.
22 blocks on the season for Lily Mueller coming into this match. As a team, Indiana State ranking 6th in the conference, averaging just shy of 2. Sycamores starting to find their pace here in set number 2. That swing from Kendall gives them a 4-point lead.
Curry Kendall gets her 11th kill of the match already, leading all players so far, and just uses the tool and raised it perfectly. So much energy, you saw that reaction right there.
Evansville trying to side out after that timeout. And somehow Indiana State saves it. Weber can't stop her. Again, the setter coming up with the kill.
Just again and again, over and over. And it forces Evansville to take a timeout here. You'll see great up by Emma Kaylin. Emily Weber just sends it straight to the middle, and that's going to open up all her hitters too. She's going to be able to spread the ball wherever she wants it because Evansville's going to be focused on her.
And instantly after that one, assistant coach Jonathan Villa calling a timeout for Evansville. He's filling in for head coach, stepping into the role, Fernando Morales. Fernando in his 6th season leading this team, both from Puerto Rico. As we go ahead and take a look at the conference standings so far in this one, Indiana State, well, they're without a win in Missouri Valley Conference play, so they find themselves at the bottom, 12th in the standings, but Evansville starting to move up a little bit with those.
Just short of Cardona. Sycamores get that ball back. Emily Weber at the line, up 18-13 right now.
And Indiana State has done a good job of keeping Cardona off the service line. She is a tough, hard serve. hasn't been able to get too many of them because Indiana State's done a good job of siding out.
Yeah, they're really playing the serve-receive game really well. You know, winning that battle overall, even on their serves. You know, they got a lot of powerful servers, got a lot of great servers too. They're definitely shutting Cardona down so far this match.
4-point lead for the Sycamores. Holland with the powerful tip right on the line.
Yeah, it comes up from the back row there. Just sneaks it past the Evansville defense.
Back-to-back service errors for the Sycamores. As Kier Holland checks out, and Chloe Gilly comes in for Indiana State. Weber shoots it back to Kendall. Keeps it short.
Kara Kendall showed how powerful her attacks are today so far. She goes just soft on that. Gets it right in the front row. We've seen her do this before too in the first set. Just reads the defense perfectly, gets a almost not even a roll shot, just kind of taps it over and gets the point for the Sycamores.
Match high 12 kills for the freshman out of Tulsa. Big swing from Gonzalez, but denied by Kendall. The kill followed up with a big block.
Kerry Kendall, she plays so vicious, especially on this block right here. And she's got a smile right there. I've never seen a player with more smiles on the court, especially when she's just so aggressive on her attacks.
Biggest lead of the match for the Sycamores, and they extended on a 10-3 run towards the end of set number 2. As we said, Jonathan Villa just filling in for head coach Fernando Morales. Won the 2023 Men's Professional League National Championship.
Yeah, so Evansville, you know, of course the head coach is not here, but a great assistant coach filling in for him.
Cardona trying to get her team back into this, up to 9 kills.
If anyone's gonna do it, it's gonna be her, and she's gotta, you know, take every advantage she could and every opportunity the Sycamores give her.
Tough one for Kendall. Cardona goes down the line. Loniger wanted that one back.
Loniger definitely read that a little wrong. Maybe she thought it was going out of bounds last second, get the touch there. Cardona, though, just devious with her attack sometimes, just sends it to the right side instead of going, you know, with the crossbody left.
Cardona now leading this offense for Evansville. She's up to 10 kills. As she pokes that one over. And some miscommunication on the Indiana State side. Ball falls on their end.
Yeah, Sycamore's got to limit these errors, you know, closing out this set. Loniger runs into Ella Scott as she was trying to move back. Obviously, libero wants, you know, you want the libero taking the ball instead of the middle blocker on that on the second touch. But it's unfortunate for the Sycamores right there.
Scott, again, some mistakes hurting Indiana State in this set. They're going to have to take a timeout.
Yeah, good timeout here by Coach Pritchard. You know, reset her team. You guys still got a 3-point lead. You only need 3 more points to close out this second set. So kind of, you know, recollect your players a little bit. Tell them, you know, keep doing what they're doing. Just got to minimize those errors.
And for Evansville, errors have been hurting them. 5 errors in this set alone, but they're still managing to hit 235. Indiana State on the other end, hitting 333 in this set. 14 kills. They're up to 32 kills in this match. This has to be one of their best offensive performances all season.
Easily. And I think Evansville came into this game thinking, you know, they were going to just run over the Sycamore team. The Sycamores, you know, they proved they got some fight in them. You know, 0-8, but that doesn't matter. They know they got a lot of time left. And I think they're just picking up a lot of play here. Overall, this past weekend, they didn't play too bad, just couldn't close out the sets. But right now, today, that's what they've been doing.
Yeah, as a team, back on Saturday, they hit 205 against Southern Illinois, almost completing the reverse sweep, but fell 15-9 in that 5th set. As a team, they had 73 digs. That was a season high to go along with 6 aces. It was Kendall and Scott leading the way for the Sycamores with 14 kills apiece. So definitely trending upwards here midway through conference play. but still in search of that first conference win. Their last win coming all the way back on September 14th. They're on a 13-match losing streak and certainly have been wanting and waiting to snap that.
And right now is the perfect time to start winning. You know, we'll switch a play. Halfway through conference, conference play against an MVC. They got to win now if they want to win eventually.
But Evansville very much still in this set. Cora Ruff coming up with a big ace, the junior setter out of Iowa. She missed 11 matches this season, but last year ranked 3rd in the conference in assists per set. And a big swing from Cardona. Evansville's within 1.
It's right there, Ruff to Cardona. You'll see Ruff back set to Cardona. Only 1 blocker for the Sycamores. Ella Scott comes over late. 22-21. Evansville's not backing down right now.
Offense starting to heat up. 4 kills for the last 6 points for Evansville. But Kaylin ends the rally off the block point, Indiana State.
Yeah, Indiana State's got to have their upperclassmen step up right now. They've been in these switch situations before. And even though, they want a senior or someone, a junior, senior, grad student right now, they got a freshman, Curry Kendall, at the line.
Cardona winds up. The bump set. Cardona pokes it over. Smart decision for the senior.
Sycamores were, a little bit of chaos on their side right there. But you'll see good bump by the libero. Cardona just tips it right over where no Sycamore was.
That was a tough bump set for Cardona, but manages to squeeze a kill out of it. This time bump set to Kaylin. Good up from Freeman. They'll try Cardona again. And she terminates cross court, all tied up at 23.
Yeah, if I'm Indiana State right now, you got to have 2 blockers wherever Cardona's at for the rest of this set for sure. And Ella Scott gets over late, Emma Kaylin just by herself, and she just goes cross court between the 2.
Evansville trying to complete the comeback. But Kaylin gets the Sycamores to set point yet again.
Yeah, if the Purple Aces want to come back, they can't have plays like this. Weber to Kaylin. We've heard this all year so far. It's Evansville, just miscommunication. No one on the ball there.
They go to steal. Weber sets Scott. Set number 2 to Indiana State.
Sycamores are rolling right now. Go up 2-0 in the sets. And Evansville needs a win in this next set, or else Sycamores are going to sweep them. Emily Weber to Ella Scott. Beautiful right there.
Kendall ended the first. Scott ends the second. The Sycamores taking a 2-0 advantage over Evansville, looking for their first win since September 14th. Their second sweep of the season as we go ahead and revisit our keys to the game in this one, Evan.
Yeah, Evansville definitely has been feeding Cardona this whole time. Started off pretty slow, but she's got 14 kills right now, hitting 270. She's gone up and up, and there's not starting out as early as possible. Like I said before, Indiana State, they're getting a lot of points, in a row. That's been killing Evansville. But Indiana State, winning the serving battle. It's been pretty even so far. They do have, only 1 less service ace than Evansville, so a little slow on that. But they've been spreading the ball around. Everyone's been able to get a kill in, it seems like, but letting by Curry Kendall.
Well, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the highlights from the first 2 sets. Indiana State getting off to a strong start in both of them. It's Curry Kendall who's leading the way for Indiana State. She has 12 kills on 20 attacks. She is hitting .550 so far in this match. Yeah,
that's a number you don't really see too often, but .550, half of her attacks, more than half of her attacks are kills, and the Sycamores couldn't be happier. But Evansville, these matches have been close. 25-23, 20 sets have been close, I should say. 25-23 both times, but yeah, Evansville, they got to learn how to close out. They can't go down early. Sycamores have had a couple leads so far that have gone over 5 points, and Evansville needs to, cut that out and minimize the errors that's been killing them so far.
And you had mentioned a little bit slower start for Julia Cardona, the reigning MVC Player of the Year. She is now up to 14 kills on 37 attacks. She's hitting 270. Up next behind her, Chloe Klein with 6 kills. As we take a look at some of these stats, Indiana State is having one of their best offensive performances of the season. They're hitting .306 through their first 2 sets.
You see 35 kills out of 85 attacks. You know, just getting good opportunities there and use them to her advantage, getting as many as possible. You know, being Evansville in attacks by 7 right now, you know, that's been proven to be, you know, that's key to Sycamore success. And, you know, defense on both teams has been pretty well, but Indiana State's, you know, definitely being a little better for sure.
We'd mentioned Curry Kendall leading the way for Indiana State with 12 kills, but we have to give a shout out to setter Emily Weber. She has just been in attack mode all game long. She is up to 5 kills on 7 total attacks. As a setter, she's hitting .714 through the first 2 sets.
Yeah, exactly. When she's not spreading the ball around, she's looking to score on her own. And she's contributed to that, you know, .360 hitting percentage or attacking percentage for the Sycamores in that second set. And she was a big key component for it. She's been able to spread the ball to everyone, leaving the Evansville players confused on who's going to get it next, or is Emily Weber just going to take it herself and, you know, drop it right in the middle of the court?
Evansville looking to bounce back. They're on a 2-match win streak right now in search of their 4th conference win of the season, while Indiana State is in search of their first. 0-8 in MVC play with a chance to sweep their in-state rival Evansville. Back to serve, Cora Ruff. And that's the start you expected. Cora Ruff delivers the ace.
Exactly, and she, you know, Ruff sends it straight to Kira Holland, probably the worst serve-receive player for the Indiana State Sycamores on the court right now. And I wouldn't be surprised if she just keeps targeting her.
Well, they'll go to Kaylin this time, and she'll get the set. But the defense, Cardona coming in with a big block.
I think during that second set timeout, you know, Evansville kind of recollected their thoughts together, you know, got on the same page, and right now, you know, 2-0 starts to this set, and they need this one, or else Sycamores are going to sweep.
They'll go to Scott on the slide. Good up from Carabola. Tough one for Scott. Read well by Cruz. Bump set to Kaylin with a nice tip, but again, Cruz in for the dig. And Cardona ends it. 3-0 start for Evansville.
Yeah, I think Cruz would have been a little upset there if Evansville didn't get the point. You're going to see right here, Cardona just doing what she does and just proving why she's one of the best hitters in this country.
Anoa Cruz missed the opening part of this season, but last year on the MVC all-freshman team, averaged almost 4.5 digs per set as this Evansville team is rolling.
Yeah, definitely a key get back for the Evansville team overall. And today, especially, you see right here, one of the leaders, even though she's only a sophomore.
And Kaylin finally putting a stop, getting the first point of set number 3 for Indiana State.
Powerful kill right there, and just leaves it, kind of Evansville wondering why, why was that able to open up for the Sycamores right there, but Emma Kaylin takes the opportunity, gets the point, 4-1 Evansville.
So miscommunication, Cruz with the bump set. Gonzalez sends it long, but they wanted a touch. Immediately going to their assistant coach Villa, who pulls the first green card of the match. Let's take a look.
Let's see here. It's Weber and Scott for the Sycamores. Maybe off of Ella Scott's pinky right there. Kind of see the ball change a little bit of direction. I think that's what the officials are looking for. Not necessarily looking at, the hands of the blockers. You're kind of looking at the spin of the ball and the rotation of it if it changes.
First challenge of the match so far. And especially off to a good start. And especially because your players were so confident that there was a touch as well. As you see maybe a little bit of misdirection there. Might be a good time to pull this out as you want to get off to a good start in set number 3 because it could be your last.
Exactly, and you just want to use that challenge right away, especially you saw, like you said, Evansville players, they turned around and they immediately wanted the touch call right away, told their coach to pull that challenge card, and he did. And right there, yeah, on that replay, you saw a little bit of a misdirection on that ball and a little bit change of rotation. I think that's what the officials are going to see too.
But officials also having to have undoubtable evidence to overturn the call, or else it will just stand. Here's the call, and there was a touch. Point Evansville. So the challenge was successful. And the Purple Aces are off to a 5-1 start here in set number 3.
Yeah, definitely a change of momentum so far. You know, they didn't close out that last set. They played pretty well towards the end. Definitely just couldn't close it out. Maybe to, you know, in this set, you know, they talked about getting off to a hot start and, you know, ended the Sycamore team in this set and just forcing a 4 and hopefully hoping to force a set 5 too.
Cardona off the block. Aces hitting 400 in this set to start.
Cardona gets her 16th kill right here. Just powerful, gets right down on the ball, gets it for the Purple Aces.
That serve possibly could have been out.
Definitely a close one for sure. Pritchard, you know, uses the challenge. She wants to get back, and they're down by 6 right now. And she wanted to, you know, cut that to 5. You know, 5's a little more manageable than 6, and it kind of cuts the momentum for Evansville for sure.
Any way to put a stop to this rally, because Evansville's off to such a hot start. They have 4 kills on 7 swings, hitting .571 in this set.
Another look at this play right here.
Does look like the net moves.
Net moves for sure. Madison Steele, you know, she's the career leader for attack percentage at .326. So, you know, she's going to hit it hard. You know, she's going to, you know, get down on the ball as a middle hitter right there. But maybe you just got a little too close to the net.
Steele is 4 of 8 for today, hitting .375. She played in all 111 sets last year as a junior.
Right there, definitely looks like Steele may have hit the net for sure. You know, the ball was already passed, you know, quite a lot by the net, and then the net started moving. So, let's see what the official says.
So there was a net violation. So 2 challenges, both successful early here in set 3.
And Coach Pritchard, you know, turned around with a smile right there. She's real happy to get that side out.
And like you said, 6-2, a lot more manageable than 7-1.
Exactly. You know, knowing that you haven't been able to side out and you only had that 1 point, you know, 6-2 looks more manageable. That means you've had, you know, 2 points for yourself, and hopefully to keep it going and get on a run.
The tip tipped right back over by Mueller. She's had a couple big plays at the net today for the Sycamores.
Maybe that challenge could have been the difference maker for the Sycamores in the 3rd set. Mueller just kind of hangs in the air for a second right there and gets a nice tip on it.
Cadence Gilly, one of the best servers on this team as well as in the conference, but can't come up with a dig there against the Cardona kill.
Yeah, you kind of knew that was coming right there. Sycamores, you know, got a point or 2 right, and, you know, got on a little bit of a run, but Evansville wanted to stop that early. You send it to your star player, and she ends it for the Sycamore run.
Cruz back to serve. Missed time by Holland, but still packs a punch. Holland will try again. Denied. Weber over in 2. And it's point Indiana State. They're going to call for touches on Evansville. But they want an explanation.
Yeah, right there, you know, every time a ref calls 4 touches, you know, you definitely think it's the wrong call.
I think it was because Weber sent it over in 2. They're calling that a touch on Klein instead of a block touch.
Yeah, definitely a little bit far from the net. So I would probably call it a touch as well, and the officials, you know, think the same. Yeah, just a little too far and not necessarily a block attempt.
So Indiana State has cut the deficit to 3. As Gonzalez is denied, Carbola, and she sends this one out. Sycamores inching their way back into set number 3.
Curry Kendall went up for the block right there. You see she's telling all her team that she quickly pulled her hands back. And look, that ball went out of bounds for the Sycamores. Now cut the lead to only 2.
Down the line and just out.
Now with the Sycamore needed right there. Serves there, kind of kills your momentum. Kind of takes kind of the motion out of it. And Evansville, they got Cardona on the service line right now. It's going to be killer for the Sycamores.
Kendall, she has taken those angles all day. That was a tough set. The freshman able to work with it.
Exactly, and I want to give big props to Macy Loniger. She's been popping everything right up. She's been there for the Sycamores. Right spot, right time, and Curry Kendall finishes right there.
Loniger up to 13 digs in this match. She was nearing 500 career digs. Possibly surpassed that in this one today. And no one there for Evansville. Point Indiana State, the Sycamores are within 1.
Yeah, in the volleyball world, we call that a campfire right there. Campfire, no one wants to touch the fire. Everyone's just sitting around, and no one wants to touch the ball, it seemed like.
Weber shoots it back. Point Evansville. Yeah, they're going to call 2 touches on that one.
Yeah, when you're an aggressive player like Emily Weber right there, that's sometimes going to happen. You're looking to push it to the corner deep and kind of, when you want a little more power on a set, sometimes you're going to have that 2 touches. You couldn't align your hands up. But you take that if you're the Sycamores. She's going to play aggressive the whole time. I'm sure Ashley Pritchard isn't too mad about that one.
And that's another rule change, the double contact. You're allowed to double contact unless you're sending it over the net. Good up from Kendall off the block. She'll take the swing. Kaylin from way back. Joust at the net. Sycamores recover. And Kaylin perfectly places it. Cruz almost had it. But it's going to land point Sycamores.
One of the longest rallies of the whole match right there. You'll see Curry Kendall sets it up for Michaela, and she rolls it over short for the Sycamores, gets that point. Only within 1 right now. A great comeback from being down 6-1.
Ruff shoots it out to Gonzalez. Holland with the dig. Cardona back row tip. Again, Holland's there. And Gonzalez goes long. Point Indiana State.
Kira Holland, Macy Loniger, and Curry Kendall, these last couple possessions have been all over the place for the Sycamores, getting so many digs, popping up and giving the Sycamores a chance to close out, and they do. Tie it up now.
Well, after starting this set hitting over 400, Evansville has now dropped below 100. And the block from Indiana State. Sycamores take the lead after being down 6-1.
Yeah, you can definitely contribute. That attack says going down to the Sycamore blockers, and Curry Kendall sends it as far back she can, right to the corner. No one's there.
Evansville gonna have to call a timeout. Indiana State wanting to end this in 3. Match hitting in the negatives. She's now up to 304 with 18 kills.
Yeah, you kind of knew that she was going to find her groove eventually. Sycamores, were playing good positions on her before, but now they're kind of getting a little bit out of system, a little bit out of their, old ways in the first set, and now they're letting things up for Cardona, and she's taking full advantage of it.
She had 30 kills in their last match against Missouri State, and then 37 against Southern Illinois. She had 67 kills in 3 days.
It's a ridiculous number right there. You're not expecting that out of everyone, but, she's one of the top players in the nation, and she's going to, show out like that. She's going to have those high stats, and it almost looks like video game numbers.
Again, back-to-back for Cardona.
You got to keep feeding her. Evansville wants to, get this set and keep it going throughout the rest of this match. They got to get Cardona full on going. She's getting in stride, hitting every single attack as powerful as she can.
Tough one for Holland. Kendall sends it over. They'll go to Cardona again. 3 kills in a row for the senior.
That's what she does, and that one, she took one off. Now we got a 4-0 run for the Purple Aces.
This is Chriselle Pappas behind the service line. She's actually taken off the libero jersey, it looks like, as Kaylin goes in for the tip. Gonzalez was there. Holland finally gets the up on the Cardona attack, and they finally end the 4-0 run off the attack from Kendall.
Yeah, the perfect person to end that run right there. Curry Kendall has been the star player of this match so far for the Sycamores. Sends it right through the middle of the block, gets the point, ends that run for the Purple Aces.
Again, not much to say about Cardona, surpassing 20 kills in this match.
Yeah, ridiculous. You know, after that slow start, it's kind of crazy she's already back to this 20 kill mark.
Yeah, you could tell she was frustrated in set number 1. Not impressed with her numbers. As Kaylin knocks it in. Sycamores trying to keep it close.
And Kaylin, we're talking about Cardona this whole match, but she got something to say about it herself. Sends it right through Cardona's block. Gets a point for the Sycamores, only down by 2 now.
But a service error certainly hurts Indiana State's momentum.
Yeah, it kind of drains it all out of the Sycamore team. See the bench, not as loud as before. But they got to be, they could be the spark plug for that Sycamore team. They can kind of get the players on the court going a little bit. Tie this one back up and sweep to the Purple Aces.
That was the 8th service error for Indiana State, and they only got 1 ace. But Holland with the big swing.
Looks like she's finding her groove and playing like she did last season as the reigning freshman of the year in the conference. Right there, Emily Weber with the jump set. And Kira Holland just sends it powerful. Purple Ace defender couldn't dig it up.
Kira Holland still hitting negative for the match. But racks up her 5th kill. Cardona gets stuffed. She'll try again, and this time with the sharp angle, puts it down.
Great players are not gonna, mess up twice right there. And Kira Holland had a great block on the first one. You'll see at the beginning of this replay. Just give it right back to Cardona, the star player. She's gonna send it down. Curry Kendall couldn't do anything about it.
The height she gets too to go over, really impressive. Shoots it out to Holland, who responds. The sophomore starting to heat up.
There are 6 kills so far. She does have 6 errors, but slowly but surely she's been creeping up, trying to get back into this.
Both teams hitting under 170 in this match. Excuse me, this set. The tip tipped right back over by Holland. And Cardona blocked again, this time by Mueller. She'll have to send the free ball over. Holland denied. Kendall with the swing and the kill. Here comes Indiana State.
And that rally right there, you showed a lot of back and forth between Holland and Cardona, 2 of the best hitters on the court right now. See Cardona gets the block, Launer good up, and Curry Kendall just takes it on the second touch.
Evansville started this matchup 6-1. They now lead by 1. And Weber comes up with the big ace to tie it.
Yeah, that's the thing that's going to get the energy up for the Sycamores and the Sycamore fans too. Everyone's starting to get a little louder now. Tied up match, tied up set. And Emily Weber, one of the better servers for the Sycamore team. She's going to try to send this over and get a couple runs here. Maybe take the lead hopefully.
Just their second ace of the match. They average just under 2 per set. Boniger with the one-handed up. Kendall down the line, but look out for Cruz. An opportunity for Indiana State. In system, but again, Cruz with the big dig. And Cardona ends it.
Sycamore's making it easy for Evansville on that one. You're sending it to your libero, your best passer. Kira Holland gets it to her, and they pop it right up. You give it to Cardona. Look who's got the ball in the service line. Cardona again. Sycamore's really need to side out early here.
Cruz has done a great job defensively for Evansville, but Cardona serves this one into the net.
Yeah, gets one there, a free one for the Sycamores. You know, she's not very happy about that one, but she's right there, the Sycamore bench, you know, ecstatic about that.
All tied up at 17. Indiana State with a chance to end this in 3. And Lily Mueller add another block to her total. She's there for the stuff.
Yeah, all smiles with her, her 4th block of this match. She reads it perfectly, knew it was gonna be a quick set, sends it right back down.
5 blocks for Lily Mueller. And Indiana State has a lead. Top one for Cardona. Kendall called for it. And Curry, Kendall comes up with another kill. 17 to lead the Sycamores.
Evansville wanted to feed Cardona right there. Couldn't get it to her perfectly. And Curry Kendall just goes right around the block and just sends as hard as she can. Evansville libero could not dig it up.
Curry Kendall with 17 kills. Her career high is 19, and she did that on Friday night. We had mentioned how well she's been playing as of late in conference play, and especially this weekend. 19 kills, 14 kills, and now up to 17.
Yeah, she's been killing it all weekend for the Sycamores. You know, she's really contributing to the, you know, now a 6-1 run for the Sycamores. Up by 2 late in this 3rd set. Looking to sweep Evansville. Now, you said their last win was a sweep. You know, hopefully they, you know, go into this, maybe take this for the rest of the season as well.
As we take a look at the upcoming schedule for Evansville, it doesn't get easier from here. Taking on Northern Iowa and Drake on the road before finally returning home to face Illinois State. UNI and Drake at the top of the conference in the MVC. And hey, that's exactly who Indiana State is facing in their games too. Indiana State's going on the road, but first it's a little flip. They'll face Drake first, and then they'll hit Northern Iowa before Bradley comes to town to start out the month of November.
Yeah, the good old Iowa road trip here in the MVC. Yeah, 2 tough teams that both of these teams currently playing will have to face. But it will be a good test to see, you know, what the rest of the season might look like for both teams.
And it sure could provide a ton of confidence for Indiana State if they can get that first conference win under their belt. 19-17 lead for Indiana State. Kira Holland back behind the service line. Evansville looking to get back on track outside their timeout. Bump set out to Kendall. Good up by Freeman. They'll go to Kendall again. Tipped off the block, and another kill for the freshman. Her teammates are loving it.
He only one away from her career high, and she puts Evansville in a horrible position right there. Hitting it off the block. Just goes straight through. How powerful that kill was right there. They take the 20-17 lead.
And just like the first 2 sets, Indiana State able to turn it on late in the set to find some separation. These have been tight sets as Cardona just blasts that one. But Indiana State finding that extra gear late in the sets.
Yeah, you're gonna see right here, Cardona. Look how high she gets on this one, just straight on top of it. Kira Holland had no chance of getting that one up. But yeah, you gotta see if the Sycamores can, you know, turn on that second gear, you know, dig deep in this one, complete the sweep, you know, side out early right now.
That was a much needed kill for